welcome to Raw Wednesdays. Hey, Jolene.
Hello, how are you, Casey?
Oof. Well, we were running a little late because I had to come back from my run walk, and
Yes,
I am here sweating a bit, but happy to be here. How
happy
you
to
doing,
be
girl?
here too. I am so, Casey, there's so much going on, but I am blessed and highly favored. And
God is great.
I am going to count my blessings.
Mm,
Um,
absolutely.
because you know what?
Mm.
COVID has really taught us that we need to be more thankful of our blessings.
Oh, COVID is definitely, made a lot of people realize just how fortunate they are and how important family is and how important friends are and how important, just living your best life is. And shout out to my bestie Kim. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Kimmy.
Happy birthday.
And but it's a rough time, but we have a great show. I'm so excited about. Oh my God, Kim Hampton. My son is more excited than me. I know he's watching the first time he's watching because
Yeah, you said
he's a big sports fan and basketball lover, and New York basketball, forget it. That is like everything to him. So I know he's watching. Hey, Milan, you didn't watch any of the other ones, but now you're here because Kim is here, and I get it. I'm excited to meet her.
Yes, let me just tell you very quickly. Kim is not only a former member of the WNBA, but she is WNBA legend.
Yes.
Kim was one of the first to tip off for the first time ever in WNBA history, over 20 years ago. She's a songstress. Excuse me. I don't know if you've ever.
She sings though too. She sings also.
She is a crooner. Let me tell you, I had the fortune of seeing her at the Sugar Bar before COVID, of course, and she was channeling Nancy Wilson. And
Love.
she did an absolutely wonderful job. Kim is also a plus size model.
She's beautiful. She sings, she models. I mean, wow.
And let me tell you something. She's just not beautiful to look at. She has inner beauty. I have a saying that you're beautiful on the outside when you recognize your beauty on the inside.
Absolutely.
And Kim is intelligent. She's beautiful, inner beauty, outer beauty. She's multi-talented. And, I have the honor of calling her friend as well as colleague. And she's our guest tonight. And I'm just—
Let's bring her on without—
Yes.
Woo. Let's bring her. Hey, Kim.
Hey, how are you?
Look at this gorgeous woman. I mean, come on. So happy to meet you. So honored. Heard so much. I'm just like, you brought my son to this show. So definitely, thank you.
Yep. Hey, Milan, what's up?
Casey said her son didn't watch her because we debuted with Casey. He didn't watch that one.
But he knows everything about you. I have my notes. He wanted me to make sure that I let you know that he's a big fan, and he remembers the Liberty game. I'm a track and field girl, but I wasn't great in basketball. I embarrassed my son a few times, and he was like saying, "Ma, you're really bad." I was like, "Sorry, but you know what? I know what I know." But anyway, he adores you, and he's just over the moon. And he said, "Tell her my son is a huge New York-based basketball fan, and tell her that I fondly remember getting the ball in the post and shooting a pretty turnaround baseline jump shot to score the first points for the Liberty." Okay? I mean,
thank you.
So welcome, Kim.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank
you for what, and you know what, and thank you for what you're doing. I mean, when I cracked up when I saw the name of it, Raw Real Ass. I was like, this is grown and sexy show. All right, okay.
Grown and sexy.
Right.
Definitely. And it is what it is. Bandana on the head, whatever. Like
Girl,
it is who we
I
are.
just got off an airplane about an hour ago, and I'm rushing and trying to, yeah, so it is what it
It
is.
is what it is. But
Let me
thank you so much for being here. And Darlene
yes.
speaks so highly of you. And I know you guys have some history. And I'm just,
This is my girl right here. I love Kim Hampton. I love me some Kim
For
Hampton.
real. Oh my goodness. I mean, Darlene, do you remember that time we did have kind of like that pseudo basketball clinic, in a little space, a little tiny space with some girls? And I was showing them how to
A
do
hair
some
salon for girls.
hair
Yes.
salon.
It
Yes.
was a hair salon for girls. It was the cutest little place.
cute.
And Kim came out. She brought the mobile. She had basketballs and pictures and pins, and she gave them such a history. She was showing them how to shoot the ball, how to bounce the ball. And one little girl, she was talking in the middle of the clinic, and Kim said something to her like, am I teaching or you teaching or something? She was like, and then I was doing something, me being silly, and I said, Kim, like Kim said, Darlene, I got this. I said, okay,
No,
And this
Darlene.
is in New York. This is in New York.
yes,
Yes, yes. No, but Darlene, it is just, for me, guys, it's so funny when people interview people with sports, but they don't know anything about the sport. So Milan, shout out. I know you hear this, So when they're talking about Kim was one of the first to do the first tip off, like one of the first to do the first. But anyway, I was in the background like this.
Oh, I don't feel so bad.
That's why I said we all have our lanes, don't we?
Exactly. I stay in my trajectory. I stay in my lane.
Yes, yes, yes.
I go to you and Malik for that, and now I could go to you, Malik, and Milan.
There we go. There we go.
So talk to us, Kim. Let us know, how does it feel to be a part of a history like that? I mean, in light of Women's History Month, right? And all of the great, accomplishments that women are making, and you did this in a time when it wasn't the way it is now. How does that feel?
Wow. As a matter of fact, I was playing in Italy at the time.
Yes, I want to hear about this.
Yeah. So, well, actually, the year prior to the WNBA starting, I was approached by one of the representatives. She was a player, but a representative, and they were going to be starting the ABL League, which was the first professional league. Which was the league that started right before the WNBA, the year before the WNBA, like actually after the 96 Olympics. So half of the 96 Olympic team went to the ABL and played, and then the other half waited around and played in the WNBA. So they were offering 6-figure contracts, and I was like, this is professional ball in America, I want to do it. And so my agent was like, no, don't do that. Hang on, hold tight, because you got to keep it under your hat right now. But the NBA is going to be starting a league, the WNBA, and it's going to be much bigger. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, Kim, of course I'm sure. So I held on. And so then we just started seeing things start to happen. So I was playing in Italy at the time. So they sent over Renee Brown, who was a representative that was there to scout talent, from players like myself. I already played 12 years in Europe abroad. And so players like myself, Teresa Weatherspoon, and so many other players, Trina Trice, my former team, the list could go on. Michelle Edwards. Every team was filled with veterans, European veterans. And so I found out there, she came to our game. We were happy. We were the number 2 or 3 team in the league. I can't remember. And we were playing against the number 1 team. And so we lost to them on a last second shot, and everything. But Michelle and I, which was my teammate, we played extremely well. And then we both found out that we were going to be drafted in the elite draft. And that was the draft that they had Rebecca Lobo and Lisa Leslie, all of the Olympians and things like that. So that was pretty cool, just to know I was at the end of my career, and, that I was drafted in the elite draft, and then they had the regular draft. And so just to have been a pioneer, again, to have just been a part of something that has lasted so long, coming up on 25. I feel so proud of these women when I see them now. They're so strong and so intelligent and so vast. And we're all so versatile. Each one of us has a story. And, and so it's just so amazing to see how the league has evolved. And, COVID put like a little sticker in it. But hopefully this is going to be over soon. And so I'm really excited to, and having a daughter too. So I'm just excited to, and just feel incredibly blessed to have been a role model.
I hear your daughter is pretty amazing also.
Yeah.
So this is from my son. He tells me here. He says you have a daughter that's champion.
Yeah, she is quite a player. But again, with my hindsight, I can always look at her and say, okay, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do.
Absolutely.
And then like with kids, they're like, yeah, okay, I got this. I know what I'm doing. And stuff like that. I'm like, okay, you don't want to get in a position where you're like, man, I should have done this. I should have done that.
Right.
So that's the battle with that. But she is an incredibly gifted athlete, student athlete. Yes.
Her name is Ariel.
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 So it's I don't know
Ariel.
Ariel.
Ariel. Beautiful.
It should be Kim Jr. She looks just like her.
Oh no.
Spitting image.
Wow.
Awesome. So now, let me ask you, with singing, when did you discover your talent with singing? Were you singing as a young girl or
My first love? Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I was the kid that when your parents would have parties over, have friends, I was like, come and sing this song by Aretha Franklin. And here I am, 5 years old, talking about, ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me. And I'm just like, okay. I was also extremely shy too, so I'd make everybody turn around. I was kind of weird.
You have an amazing voice, girl.
Listen, I'm telling you, you have no clue. You have got to hear her blow. I was telling Casey about when we came to see you at the sugar bar when you were channeling Nancy Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I love Nancy Wilson, and so she passed in 2018.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to get to know her, and she was amazing.
Yeah,
she was just
I got a chance to meet her. It was probably one of her final shows, and I'm just so grateful to my friend Meredith McCormick who invited me. And she was like, "You want to go to see Nancy Wilson?" I was like, "What? Yeah!" And it was all the way in Jersey, but I was like, "I don't care." I jumped up and got dressed, and we went to Jersey, and we got to go backstage and got to meet her. And she sang my favorite song, which is "Save Your Love for Me," which was a song she did with Cannonball Adderley, and so when I talked to her, I was like, oh my gosh, it's such an honor to meet you. And thank you for just your gift and your blessing for the many years and the many albums. And I said, and you sang my favorite song, Save Your Love for Me. She says, oh, that's where that came from. You must have channeled that one. She said, because I don't know what made me sing that. So I was like,
do you remember her song? This song she sang that was one of my favorites of hers called It's Over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Look, PBT Gang said, sing it.
Exactly. Something. Does he have to draw you pictures?
Does he have to spell it out? Basic girl. Boom, boom. I love it. It goes up.
Yeah.
Said, yes, sang.
That was one of my favorite Nancy Wilson songs. And when I met her, she loved to sing so much. This girl, I sing at the opening of a drugstore if I had to. That's how much she loved to sing.
And I came to love her through my dad, because my dad, on Saturdays he'd make us clean up, right? And he played roles.
Every household was like that, black household anyway.
And Nancy Wilson. So you had to know those songs.
Yes, indeed.
And what I'm trying to do, because I've been doing this tribute to her, I'm trying to really dig deep into her repertoire. At least to be able to rotate 25 songs. I'm just saying 20.
Oh, wow.
Just to touch on like just some of the stuff that she's done. And then I, add some narration to it. I talk about who she is, where she's from, how she started, just so people can get to know her. Because it's my hopes that people look her up and just see how awesome she was. She didn't just sing a song. You felt every lyric that one.
She lived every song.
She was classy and graceful in her wind and breath. I was just like, oh my God. And when you listen to it, and I mean really listen, not just listen.
Like velvet, so graceful and effort.
Oh my God. Just right down to the last.
Girl. So, I mean, there's a concert happening sometime soon, no?
A girl, something. Yeah, as soon as things start to open up, yeah, actually, it's some stuff in the works that are going on. That's going on with me. So, as things begin to unfold, I'll definitely post. You guys know I'm not real swift, and I want all my fans and friends and loved ones out there to know that it's not personal. I'm just like social media for me is just it's a job, and
we understand.
Y'all tell everybody, Kim.
She was like, Darlene was like, Kim, yeah, you want to post this, and let everybody know. Okay. So I'm just kind of like, yeah.
I'm not too far away from that.
Listen, I'm guilty as charged as well. Because you know what?
You're good. You're really pretty good, Darlene. I can go in a few days, a few weeks, and not do anything. You're pretty good.
I try, but I do it begrudgingly. A lot of times I'm like, oh, let me post this on Facebook. And then Mo is always like, did you post? And I'm about to,
I know Mo needs to crack the whip on all of us.
Oh, please don't say that. Let's take that part out because he would be happy to
listening and saying,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I really do. I need someone to like when you think about numbers and stuff like, I think I probably have 2,400 Instagram and I'm verified, but I could care less, in the sense, and it's not that, I mean, it's not nothing personal. It's just that, gosh, I don't. I just don't. I feel embarrassed to like post something every day. I feel like it's just like you're just trying to get so much attention, and I'm just like,
yeah, that's it. But it's like, and it's a business, but it feels like, oh God. So I have to have a reason, something to help me to post something. It has to have a message that's positive or something. Yeah. But I just, I mean, I can post my grandkids every now and then. But it's like. It is a little bit, but I try to do once a week at least.
She has really nice posts too. She has the fancy words coming up and coming down. Then she got the little sultry thing going.
Oh, you do? I gotta check it out.
Oh, that's you.
Oh. Well, listen, I love editing. I love, my hobby is I love writing songs. That's but so I'm going to hit you up for my song.
we need to connect because I want to improve on my songwriting. Okay.
Oh my God! And when you come, do you work with a vocal coach or anything?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Well, if you're ever looking for someone great that takes things, I mean, Yolanda Wins is like amazing. I mean, just amazing. She's worked with everybody, but she's so gracious and gifted, and she is the director of the Harlem School of the Arts, but she has her own, I mean, amazing. But we can talk about that another time. But she really is like with my songwriting. I mean, she's really brought me to a different place in because I'm a closeted singer. I'm like, really, I'm not great, but I love to sing. I'm very shy, but I do, but I'm a really good writer. I have a couple of things. I mean, that's what I got the ASCAP.
PBT said that you two should do a duet.
Kim just sing.
Are you talking now, PBT, or now?
Please don't.
We'll break it all for you like that because we get down like that.
Joe, let me tell you something. I am very shy when it comes to that. It's like I went into the studio to record this song, and it was like. I mean, I work with Yolanda. I mean, because I wanted to do, I was calling it, I had this idea that I wanted to do, which I'm going to do one day. It's called Songs in the Key of Casey. So I'm going to actually get up and sing for my friends. It's what I say, hey, Casey, is this the year for Songs in the Key of Casey? I said, maybe. And so it's coming, it's coming.
Well, definitely keep us posted.
I'd rather give the songs to Kim and let her do it. Just do it. She's an amazing voice.
She's not gonna go for that.
Yeah, no.
Kim, what's in the works for you? I mean, I know we got COVID, but we're coming out. What are some things you would like to do? And who is someone that you would really like to work with in terms of with your singing?
Wow. Bruno Mars.
Ooh,
Have
nice.
you guys heard his new release? Where he's
I've
doing
been hearing about it. It's supposed to be amazing.
girl, YouTube that. I mean, the old school vibe. They just like,
He hits it. He really
oh
does.
my God. It's just, yeah. So anyway, no, him. I mean, it's a ton of like. I would love to do something with Lettucey. I love
Mm.
Layla Hathaway.
Mm.
Look, Rochelle Farrell.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
Show. Okay,
yeah. Let me hold up. See, y'all caught me.
Wow.
Y'all should have sent me the questions before, so I would
Oh,
have had something.
no, you don't do that.
But
All
yeah,
my
but
favorites.
listen, even I would love to do something like with Tony Bennett. You know, I mean,
Casey knows Tony
I
Bennett.
love Tony Bennett, and I was so. I mean, that was a great moment for me, and he is so great. I mean, I have to tell you, there was a I can don't make me cry right now. He is an
yeah,
amazing man, and I hope he lives to be 905 because he is amazing. And I love the way he challenges himself with working with different artists. So that could definitely, I mean,
I love like Jill Scott, and I
oh,
mean, there's a ton of things. Um, gosh, I just went blank. But I mean, just so many people. I
mm.
mean, there's so many people that I
What about men? What other men would you like to sing with?
oh, Will Downing.
Mm.
Yes.
Let me see who else. I already said Bruno Mars.
Bruno.
Who else? Come on, if you guys know me, somebody's out there
Maxwell.
listening. Oh, Maxwell's good too. Yep, I like Maxwell.
You know, Casey
Uh,
knows Maxwell. They're like besties almost.
wow.
My little brother. I love him.
Yeah, and I like Usher. Usher's cool.
Yes.
Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was somebody. Gosh, oh no, it was Bruno. Never mind. But I mean, and watch as soon as we finish this, I'll be like, oh shoot, I meant to say.
I just said that person.
That's okay.
Wow.
What's on the horizons for you? What are some things that are you going to write any books?
Yeah, actually, I've been writing one for like the last forever, and just you know, you get stuck, and you're like, I don't know what I want to say, and it's just, and then you start all the doubting and stuff like that. But yeah, I am
That's
definitely,
normal stuff.
yeah, I'm
But you're
definitely.
a legend. You've got a lot to say. I mean, you've lived through something that story needs to be told over and over again.
Yeah. But you know what? And the story that I want to tell is just about I think human performance, and just like the title is, the flying below the radar, and it's about bringing awareness to how we self-sabotage ourselves, or how we allow fear to block and keep us from doing the things that we want to do, keep us from sharing the gifts that we have. And even, again, even if for me as a singer, like I've been wanting to sing all of my life. That was my first goal, my first dream. And
Mm.
I think I didn't start singing professionally. Well, yeah, I didn't start singing in public until I was in my probably late 30s, so this is, so again, it's just how we tend to fly below the radar, and for so many reasons, like, it might be fear of success, it could be fear of failure, it could be
Definitely. That's why
things.
that's why I never sang. I love to write and I love to sing, but I was going to be 60 when I decided that I would really, reach out to Yolanda and say, I want to sing this song for a client of mine for his wedding in Italy. And I said that I want to give this to them as a gift. Would you give a gazillionaire but a song? And I thought that, he was a wonderful person. I was like, I'd like to, and it was my first son. So I totally get it. And it is fear. And there is, I'm being the youngest of four kids. You feel that sometimes you doubt yourself, or they say, okay, see, quiet down, or, always all this bundle of energy. So we all have our reasons why we don't step forward, in certain aspects. But that
And
love is always there, if you
you know
really.
what? And another thing, just in case someone out there is wants to do something as well, we have to really understand that we have to stop judging ourselves at the level of Beyonce or
Oh,
Let Us Be, or Rochelle Farrell or Mariah Carey. We were given our gifts. Now I believe that we can improve what we have uh,
yes.
by working that skill set, but we have to understand that everybody was given their own sounds so that the world of music is diverse, and that's what it was meant to be. No one could do what I was sent here to do. I mean, people sound like Beyonce, but there's only one
There's
Beyonce.
only one Beyonce.
So I think, once we kind of understand that and work to improve the skill set that we have with our own gifts, and
Yes.
and just be confident in what we have to give. There's always there's that niche for us. There's going to always be someone that
So
likes it.
true.
Yeah.
Just so, and you know what? And it helps you in other areas of your life to step forward with that kind of. I know for me, just doing that, just saying, I wasn't trying to be anyone. I just wanted to do this for me, for finally
Right.
coming out and like really doing something that's always been like hidden to certain, that my friends knew I loved to do, but I was always, very shy. But to do that, it was liberating, and
Right.
it really really helps you in other areas of your life, not just just with singing. I mean, it helps me with my fitness career. It helps me with my life coaching, because I can walk my talk. I can talk it now because I've walked it, and I know that. So it's really great to break through.
Well,
Right.
two things I want to say. One is fear. The thing that I've learned to do is use that as an acronym for false evidence appearing real.
Mhm.
Right?
Oh yeah, that's a
So
good one.
if it's false, but it appears real,
Yes,
right?
I
It's
always love that. Those
so
that.
it's false evidence appearing real,
Oh
right?
yeah.
The other thing is that you know, we have to walk out on faith. And I know that that's not always easy, but we have to walk out on faith and know that, because one of the things that Casey says when she's working folks out is, don't look at my body, love on your body. And this way it will help to make for a better workout session, right? So that now we have to get away from that comparison thing, right?
Mhm.
Because like you said, Kim, your gift is your gift, Casey's gift is her gift, my gift is my gift. And I have this thing called the puzzle theory, right? Veronica Tatum said, amen. I have this thing I call the puzzle theory. The puzzle theory is when you take a puzzle, right? Deborah Yates said, amen. When you take, if all of the shapes and sizes are the same, then you don't have a puzzle. And when you
Mhm.
put the entire puzzle together, if one piece is missing, it's an eyesore. Right? So what happens is when we try to emulate someone else, it's like taking a piece and sticking it on top of another piece, and now your piece is vacant. And everyone is looking for that piece that fits, and it's you because you're trying to be Beyonce or Casey or Kim.
But
When
unless it's because, but there is something about having that resting place because it's inspiring to you. So you may stay there and rest a little bit and be in that beyond, because
Resting is one
it's
thing.
inspiring you, and then you kind of move on. But not to say that any impersonators out there,
Right. Now,
or
resting is
what do
one
you call
thing.
those bands or
You're
tribute
walking
bands,
around
but
thinking that you're Beyonce. That's not resting. So what I'm suggesting is, no. Resting, yes. Getting inspiration, that's yes, necessary.
yes,
But don't
that's
get stuck there because your piece is now vacant and we're looking for that piece. Because from just a selfish standpoint for a moment, right? If you don't put your talents, gifts, and abilities out there, what then happens is then I don't get to benefit, right? Because you don't get to benefit from your talents, gifts, and abilities. Others do.
yeah.
So
I
then
mean,
you,
like, there's something to say
yeah,
about you. You have to jump. Sometimes you just have to jump and let the net appear.
yeah.
You have to take that chance, and sometimes because even if you fall, you'll learn from it, and you'll know, okay, I don't want to fall that low. You'll learn something. It'll give you some insight, But to never try it, to never do it, it is like an unfinished symphony. It's like something
So,
that will gnaw at you.
Let me ask you, Kim. Tell us a fun fact about Kim Hampton that most people don't know.
I'm a jokester. I'm pretty silly. Um,
I said
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
I silly stuff, huh?
I
You
know
do
that.
okay.
I know that.
Something that you don't know, a fun, but you said a fun fact.
Fun fact.
Well, yeah, a fun fact would be great, but if it's something deep that you want us to know, do tell.
Look, Casey getting deep now.
Hey, Casey. Your breaks. No.
This is raw.
This is raw. Golly, can I come back to? See, that's why you should always give people the question so that they can think. They
Oh,
can.
come
Oh,
on.
we don't do that. We don't do that.
No, I know. No. Gosh, I'm just trying to think of something a fun fact like.
Or
Oh,
give
so
us
you got on the fun fact thing, Darlene.
Or
You
just
had to vote on the fun fact.
something that someone doesn't know. Something that someone doesn't know about me. Jeez. I don't know. You guys give me one, and then maybe
Let me see what my son says, because he seems to know you pretty well.
give me one, Darlene. Give me one. Give us one about you.
Yeah, Darlene, give us one about you, a fun fact.
Hey, this is not I'm not being interviewed. A fun fact that people don't know is that I don't know. I don't know. But wait, I don't know if it's a fun fact, but it's something that people may not know, that I talk to flowers and plants.
Okay.
That might be silly. I got that from my dad. He said that talking to them helps them grow.
Definitely.
Yeah, I talk to my plants too. That's good.
I don't have a green thumb, but the one live plant that I have in my house, it's growing very beautifully, and I talk to it every day. I pass it, and I'm like, "Oh, you're just so beautiful. It grows."
Yeah.
You know, something nice to it.
Okay.
Casey, a fun fact while Kim is thinking, a fun fact about you.
Or you know what I would like to do, instead of me just giving a fun fact, if anyone wants to type in a question and ask, if you guys want to, feel free to do that. We can do that.
Do that.
But don't be asking how much I weigh and all of that stuff.
Why is that? I don't think that anybody would ask that. I mean, come on.
Look, people are bold.
Girl, look, I'm telling you, I've gotten from, how old are you? How much do you weigh? Are you married?
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you something.
I get it all. I've got
you're not as big as I thought you'd be. You don't have as many muscles as I thought you'd have. I was like, I'm supposed to be Herculina now. I mean, it's like people would say some of the darndest things.
Yes, they do. And they're not kids. You know that show, Kids Say Some of the Darndest Things? No, adults say some of the darndest things.
Yeah, trust me.
Okay, so someone said, Kim, when was your last game in the NBA? It should be WNBA. I can't remember.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I never played in the NBA, but that's me breaking. That's me busting your chops. My last game in the WNBA was the season, the 99 season. That's when I stopped. I was going to try and play one more season, but my knee, it just blew up because the cartilage was severely worn behind my knee, and I had to have surgery. And so the doctor was kind of like, "Do you want to walk after you finish playing?" Yeah, I think it's enough. I mean, come on, Kim, you're in B40. Stop. So yeah, it was 99. It was the 3 seasons. I wish the WNBA would have started sooner, but. Again, like I said, I got a chance to play those first 3 seasons.
And
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. You were one of the original Lane Bryant B girls. How was that to be the another first? I mean, I know you've been on the cover of Essence magazine, and you've had glamour.
I was going to say, Kim, you were on Essence?
I never was on the cover of Essence.
I thought you were on the cover of Essence. That wasn't you? Well, you were in Essence?
I've been in Essence.
All right. Well, then, okay.
I go ahead. No, I've been, but from your mouth to God's.
Exactly. I was going to say, Essence.
right, it's happening. I'm claiming it. Come on, spiritual guides. Here we go.
Amen, claim it.
There we go, baby. All right. Yeah. Wait. You
Lane
said,
Bryant, B-girl.
oh, yeah, the V girls. Okay. It was really cool. Actually, I ran into this. She was the booker. I signed with Click Models.
I remember Click.
Yeah, and I ran into the booker for the plus size division, and she's like, "Wow!" She's like, "Have you ever modeled?" And I was like, "No." I said, "But I want to." She's like, "Cool." She's like, "Come see me," and everything. So we set up a meeting. I went to see her, and we signed. And that was my first job. She got me, and I was like, for 3 hours worth of work. It was like doing makeup. Once they do all the makeup and the hair, which takes about 2 hours, and then I put my clothes on in about a half an hour, and the photo shoot was about a half an hour, and I was out of there because I had practice because we were going to fly out of town. And that was like 40 grand after.
Isn't that great?
After they, got their little money, So
Yeah.
I was like, I could get used to this. So I was like, oh yeah. Yeah. So it was really cool though, because they had just launched that. And of course we didn't know. And as a matter of fact, Kelly Price, she sang at their event, too, and she hadn't blown up yet. And so it's just crazy just to see how things come full circle, and how when you start something, how they continue to grow and where they go from there.
And that's a great segment for your book, because that is talking about, being a B-girl and body image and all the things that, that I believe that constantly need to be talked about. I mean, like my whole philosophy is about show it love, celebrate the body you have to get the body you want. So it's always so that when you're thinking about your book, that is a whole, you've got so much within you that people can relate to.
Yeah.
So, Kim, are you is modeling something that's on the horizon still? Is this something you stopped? You're still doing it sporadically? What's the situation?
Why not?
Yeah, it's nothing that I'm chasing, but it's nothing that I would turn down as well.
Gotcha.
So if the opportunity poses itself, I would definitely do it because I really enjoy it. But to that as well, I'm in talks with some people to potentially now, as you may have known, that I kind of, what do you call it, created this tall line that with Ashley Stewart. It was called Stand Tall.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a couple of years ago. And so that didn't continue. They wanted to go in a different direction. But I really still feel that there's a need, because plus size clothing is everywhere now. I mean, most of America, most of women, yeah. Plus size clothing is everywhere. But forgotten is the tall plus size girl. Right. So I really wanted to cater to us, because I just know what it's like when I need to go out and just want to just get a pair of jeans, or or even if I just want to order a pair of jeans, it's just really hard for me. And I'm that girl
it's still hard right now. It's still hard to do.
Yeah. Wow. And two, because if your body shape doesn't fit what the fit model looks like, then you might need a size smaller or a size larger. So I was that girl always throughout my life. I had to try on everything. And I'm just talking like sleeves. You guys can't see this wingspan right here, but my arms are incredibly long. And just to have jackets and coats that don't stop right here. You see that? See how much space that is there? Just to have something that comes right there. The inseams of pants and dresses. So say, for example, if it has a waist on it or something, how it's higher. And so there's just such a need for the tall plus size girl. So
that's
something that Lane Bryant does not, it stops there. I mean,
they all have tall, but they usually only do pants. They don't get into the sleeves and the upper body. So they'll give you a couple pair of jeans and maybe a couple pair of dress pants, but that's the extent of it.
So there's something there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, absolutely. Everybody who's listening out there, this is good stuff.
Listen, we need to put our heads together and make some things happen.
Exactly.
We have 3 movers and shakers, so let's do this. You're always ready to start something.
I love her.
Y'all already know. So now, this book. What do we have to do to get you to, come to this book?
Yeah,
We're pushing you on this book, girl.
we might need to have writing sessions. You
We
know, where you just write and where we just. You remember that one time, Darlene, when we met at the library and
Yeah.
you remember in Brooklyn, and I'm just saying we don't have to meet in person, but I think just to get thoughts flowing and maybe
Yeah, that's always helpful.
someone just ask questions. So for example, I remember asking. I was talking to this kid yesterday. And I was asking her if she really loved the game of basketball because she has great potential,
The
but
next
she
time said, make it happen.
yeah. So she just needs just some coaching, and she just needs to kind of tweak her mindset to understand what it is and how to actually get to that next level. And so for me, because I've never written a book and because I feel a little intimidated about what I'm saying or how I want to say it or if this or that, I just need someone to guide me because I have a ton of notes all over the place because like I said, I'll start writing and maybe 2 days I'll just have some great stuff that's just channeling, just flowing through me. And then I'll stop and then I'll pull a quote from something, or someone on Instagram will say something and it's a beautiful quote and it'll make sense. And so I have this whole book file on my photos and I mean, have all of this stuff. So I just need to just kind of start organizing stuff. If it's just writing the intro to the book, saying, okay, and then someone just say, because I don't know, someone
That's
just say,
easy. You get a co-writer to help you do it and to help formulate it. And you got it.
How come you haven't called me? It's not like you don't know I write books. You wrote the foreword on my first book.
I know. That's crazy.
Sorry.
She said, that's crazy. Well, it's nice to revisit that now. I mean, look at that. That's why you came on Raw. There you go.
Kim, let's get it popping so that you can listen. We need to hear from you because you know why? You need to leave the legacy. Like you have an awesome legacy.
Yes.
And it needs to be in written form. We don't live forever, right? And COVID has made us know that, we don't know when, right? And that's not putting anything out there. I'm just saying that you need to leave that legacy in writing because you are so valuable to this world. You're so valuable to this culture. Indeed. And you have a daughter. So now what has to happen is your daughter has to be able to say to her children and her children's children, this is my mom. And my mom left this legacy. And I know
Darlene is going there.
You're right. Because you're talking about that word legacy. Because when you think about it, most Black people don't think in terms of legacy. Exactly. We just kind of move on and we've passed on and we don't really have much to leave our children. The legacies don't necessarily have to be a ton of money, like multimillionaire, billionaires. It could be a legacy of writers. It could be a legacy of people doing what they were sent here to do. Right. A legacy of actualizing the gifts that we have.
And I think there's another thing that you have to understand too, that there's so many different other mediums you can go through, because I think that what they're doing on Netflix and storytelling, I think that I just heard a few weeks ago, and I made my manager jump on it because a lot of you don't know that I'm a big FloJo fan. I mean, she's, I
know that.
People always say you look like this stuff.
Sorry?
You was probably wearing those spandexes and stuff with a body like that, like Flo. You was probably always wearing.
She's a little younger than me, but I was definitely like, ooh, I wasn't really into the nails, but I loved everything about me. I said, do the nails, do the one leg. I mean, definitely, but I just heard that Tiffany Haddish is going to play her in a movie.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, so manager, I said, I need to train her for that because from me being a track and field girl, I know. Right. And I was like, please,
are you reaching out?
Please get me this job.
Are you reaching out though? Are you reaching out to do that? Are you reaching out to do that?
Well, I asked my manager to do it because I can't reach out, but he's.
No, that's what I mean. Your manager.
To put it out there because I want to be in the running for that, and just like I was in the running because they said that Idris is going to be the next James Bond, a black James Bond, who knows? But
Ooh.
I got in the running for that. I'm like, I
All
would love
right
to
And
do
you know
that.
what? When I do an album,
But so now you think about basketball, you think about what's going on, your story. I mean, these are things, we African Americans, brown people, white people, we need to know this story.
Right.
And I think that, if Sean Durant is listening, I mean, there is stories here, the WNBA. And, you know, just
And I gotta give, Irvin Burrell sent up prayers. I gotta give,
Irv,
you know,
that's
and,
that's what represents me.
Casey, when is your piece on Netflix coming out?
they didn't give an air date yet.
Okay.
I think May, but I'm not sure.
What
They
piece?
haven't given a release date, and
What piece?
There's a story coming out about Casey.
well, it's
Yep.
not just about me. I have a character in the story that Netflix bought my life rights
But
for.
Casey is the one that I care about right now.
Girl.
We're wrong.
It's a New York story that is just kind of crazy, but how something interesting and good could come out of something that was like what? But God works mysterious ways, and everybody, it's just wild. But anyway,
What I think is that we need to do a powwow, the three of us,
Yeah.
and make some things happen. Kim, I'm gonna be on you like white on rice.
And then I'll have to write in my book, and I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you, Darlene.
I don't want you to
I
write.
wanted to strangle you. No. Wait, let me finish.
Oh.
I wanted to strangle you on so many occasions, but I refrained. And you got on my nerves so bad, but because of you, this book is here. I didn't even want to speak to you. I said once I finish this book, I wasn't gonna never speak to you again. But okay.
I'm gonna
wow.
have a little piece that say, and none of those times I cared. Because I saw the bigger picture. Like there were times before.
I want to see who's coming. Put some people up there. I want to see some people.
All right.
When we were talking and I was saying something and Kim didn't want to hear, and she was like, well, I said, Kim, but like I don't care. Like it has to be done. And I know she wanted to strangle me then. I didn't care. Because I saw
Darlene be like, pop, pop, pop.
picture.
Ooh, Darlene got sick a few weeks ago. She had some downtime. It was like, oof, girl, just need a little rest. I said, Darlene, just rest.
Casey was threatening my life. She was like, you better.
The hustle is real.
She said, do not call me. Do not text me. Get into bed and stop it.
That girl doesn't know how to stop. Her game. She's thinking of this. She's thinking of that. She's putting this organization together. She's got this panel coming up, and then she's going to form.
And then she wants to retreat.
What?
We got to do a retreat.
What?
I'm like,
I'm just like,
okay, let's do it.
But it's going to be phenomenal.
It is.
Listen, we all about making it happen, and we got to make it happen now.
Pop, pop, pop.
any questions? Does anyone else have any questions out there?
Yes. So let's see. Let me see. Do I have any questions? I don't have any questions on my timeline. Everybody seems to ask me questions later.
I know, isn't it funny?
So let me say this. There is someone on my who follows me, and I follow him. His name is Alex Gutierrez. He happens to be my Spanish teacher from high school.
What?
I still keep in touch. Me, him, and some of my other classmates. We're a tight knit bunch. And some of our high school teachers still follow. They follow us on social media, and we follow them back. And he said that you are absolutely beautiful, Kim.
Oh.
His name is Alex?
His name is Alex. Yep.
Hola, Alex. Gracias. Encantada. Y posiblemente.
Oh, right. That's right, because you lived in Mexico. You were
Hablar,
in
hablar
Spain too. You were living in Spain also, right?
por 6 años. Sí. He
Wow.
jugado en España por 6 años. 2 años a Vigo, 2 años a Barcelona y también 2 años a
I
Valencia.
love Barcelona.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love Spain. I love Italy too. I mean, I've been them both, but
Yeah. Anche giocato a pallacanestro in Italia per 4 anni e mezzo.
oh,
Un anno a Bari,
Milan, do
un
you
altro,
hear
un
that?
altro, sì, un altro anno a Avellino e 2 anni e mezzo a Pavia. E Pavia è una città piccola, 20 minuti fuori Milano.
Ah, for that long. Oh, short time.
It's
Okay,
like 20 minutes outside of Milan.
okay.
Yeah.
All right now. That's what's up. See, you gotta write that book, Kim. How do you say that in Spanish?
Indeed.
Yo tengo
Well,
que escribir un libro. I don't know.
There
I
you
gotta
go.
write it.
There you go. Let's do it. Kim, I want to say thank you so much for spending time with us.
oh,
As always, I enjoyed this time. It went by super duper fast.
we
Um,
just have to do it again.
we definitely have to do it again. We hope that you will come on as our guest again. Love.
Well, I think that we, I know she's going to be doing some singing, and I think that that could be a great, so we can get the word out.
Yeah.
So whenever
Well, you
you're
know
doing
what?
anything,
But we're gonna have to. You know what, Stacy and Darlene? We're gonna
stay
probably
Casey.
Stacy.
huh?
That's
I said
Stacy.
Stacy. I said
Yes.
Stacy.
You did.
It happens.
It was a Casey. Oh my God, Stacy. Phew, Freudian slip. Casey, Casey. Um, we should really talk about doing something like a girls' night, like or just like something where you sing something, I sing something, and maybe we'd have someone else join us as well. And it's just I don't know.
Turner
Just
said, write that book.
figure it
I
out.
would love that.
Or,
We have
or
to get Yolanda wins. I hope she's watching because definitely.
yes, it's Yolanda.
Yes, definitely. Y'all should listen. Y'all don't want me to sing. I sing solos. My father always asked me to sing solo. Solo, nobody could hear me.
It's all good. Like we said, we all gotta have our gifts and talents, right?
Exactly. But I definitely want to get some of my songs to you because I would love to see what you think and maybe you want to sing a couple. I'm always
Listen,
Okay.
I think let's do it. Let's put something together. Let's hang out. Let's, all that good stuff.
all that good stuff.
And have you back on promoting your book.
Exactly. And wherever you're singing and whatever you're doing.
Yes.
And I know that we have mutual friends. We have Ray McGuire, Lamaya, and Crystal, his beautiful wife.
And I do have a friend, one of my friends, Lydia, she gave me an outline to do. But when they say, I think you kind of procrastinate and you don't do things because you're again if you're I guess led by fear in that you'll just kind of procrastinate and start doing everything else. Oh, let me do this instead of going ahead writing this book. Oh, let me check my phone or let me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one of my friends, Lydia, she definitely gave me an outline that I need to start doing. Sorry, Lydia.
You're a writer.
There you go.
If you wait to write, then you're not a writer, you're a waiter.
Just going there.
Boom.
Kim knows I love her.
Pop, pop.
We're about to wrap up because we end at 8, so we don't want people saying that we take too long and all that kind of good stuff. Oh, Lindsay says you can do it.
Yes.
Do it.
You can do it.
Right. Lindsay,
You can do it. And you know that you can. That's not my real singing voice. I'm just kind of
taking us back. Casey taking us back. So what I would like to say, and Kim, you can stay on while we do our part. What I would like to say is I want to thank Kim for being here today with us.
Yes.
I want to say I am so thankful to have such an amazing co-host, Casey, in the house. I couldn't do this without her. She is amazing. I want to say that, real quick, this was put together. I was running this off of Mo one day, and he's great with putting together acronyms and different things. And he was like, darling, I said, I want something with real women, though. I just really want them to be real, like real ass women. He said, why don't you call it raw? And I was like, wow, I like it. So that's how it came about, Milan, is that your son?
That's my son.
Go, ladies. Hey, Milan. Listen, Milan, I'm glad you came tonight, but you missed your mom's show too. We'll talk about that later. You know, we gotta harass our sons every now and then. So what I want to say is, thank you for being here. Casey, thank you so much for, being who you are. And join us next week when our guest is New York Times bestselling author Tiffany Jackson. She is
My
also,
niece.
she is also Casey's niece. If you have any guests that you would like to refer, please send them to us. Our ticker on the bottom has our email, rawwednesdays@gmail.com, and for consideration. And this night was sponsored by A Father's Love. Y'all see my t-shirt? A Father's Love for all the people. And to Rob for his amazing behind the scenes technology. We would not be here without him. I'm
Rob
sorry.
Napolitano.
Sorry if he did not want us to shout him out, but I got to give credit where credit is due. You know, they do some amazing things behind the scenes that nobody knows. Cynthia Taylor said, "Hey, Kim. Hey, Casey."
Oh, hey guys.
And
Thank you all so much for joining. It's amazing. I have to say, Kim, I'm so happy to meet you and
Right.
look forward to spending some time together. And
Mo said, "Hey, Casey and Kim."
who's this?
Mo did. He said, "Hey,
Hey,
Casey
Mo.
and Kim."
Oh.
So
All
again,
right,
Definitely do this again.
Darlene, make it happen so we connect. Make it happen so we get together.
oh, I
Because
got
I'm gonna hit you up to do my podcast because I think there's a story there, and I love some storytelling. That's like,
I got you. We listen.
Okay.
all right. Let's wrap this up and sending love and light and blessings, everybody. Darlene, thank you so much. I love working with you. You know that, and I
Likewise.
look forward to our next Raw Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes. Kim, be safe. Peace and blessings to you and your dad and your whole family.
Yes, all the best.
And I'll be in touch.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See you later. To be continued.
Bye.